Okay, so Joe Biden was asked yesterday about the cognitive thing. Somebody finally had the giblets to bring it up, which is interesting because he's kind of laughed it off in the past, sort of joked about it. Yeah, I'm tested all the time.
Right.
Are you? Really?
How does that?
You're cognitively tested all the time?
Yeah. And, it's one of those questions that you, of course, as Joe Biden, realize eventually someone's going to ask you.
Yeah.
You have to assume and be prepared for it. And I think it shows that Joe was pretty prepared for this one.
Yes.
He had a great line to fire back.
Didn't he, though?
He really got through all the words he was trying to say in the right order.
Well, you be the judge. Okay, here it is.
Have you taken a cognitive
No,
test?
I haven't taken a test. Why the hell would I take a test?
Okay, whoa.
Come on, man. That's like saying before you got in this program, if you take a test where you're taking cocaine or not, what do you think, huh?
Why would you?
Sorry,
Are you a junkie?
What do you say
Whoa,
to
pause it for a
President
second
Trump?
if you can. Are you asking a black man if he's a junkie? I'm sorry, is that what just transpired here? Seriously, if this was Trump.
Yep. That'd be the only thing people would be talking about.
Yes.
And it's interesting that Biden seems to get in trouble when he tries to be to relate to the peeps. When he gets
come on, man.
Come on. Okay, you bought up over me. You ain't black. It's that.
Yeah.
It's that vibe that he keeps getting in big trouble with. And this is just the beginning of this clip. I mean, because you see his reaction. First of all, it's ridiculous for you to ask me if I would have a cognitive test.
He's pissed about it.
He's pissed off about it. And then he tries to kind of joke his way out of it, saying it would be as if we just tested you for cocaine, which, again, you see what he's doing there in normal times.
Now, if the guy was sniffing and kind of wiping his nose and he had some white residue under his nose, there might be reason to ask him if he's a cocaine addict,
right?
Because there's some evidence of it. That's why you're being asked.
Yes.
Joe, there's plenty of evidence that you have a problem with cognitive abilities right now. And it's way past the point of being funny. And it's frightening and it's terrifying that he could be president, but it's also really sad what he's apparently going through.
Yeah, I go back and forth on this because sometimes it just it strikes you a certain way and you can't help. He's supposed to be a competent member of society. He's running for president and for one of the two major parties.
Right. And
so it's hard to not look at it and just say, gosh, this guy's a buffoon. I mean, he just continually makes an idiot of himself. Mm-hmm. And then you kind of stop and realize, well, this is, by the end of this clip, I switched from laughing to crying.
Yeah.
I mean, it gets ugly. And we should point out, he really does answer the question here, which is interesting. He answers his own question. Why do I have to take a test? Well, you're about to hear why.
Yeah.
You're about to hear it. And he just butchers this answer in about 15 different ways.
Are you a junkie?
What do you say to President Trump, who brags about his test and makes your mental state an issue for voters?
Well, if he can't figure out the difference between an elephant and a lion, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Did you watch that? Look, come on, man. I know you're trying to goad me, but I mean, I'm so forward looking to have an opportunity to sit with the president or stand with the president in debates. There's going to be plenty of time. And by the way, as I joke with him, I shouldn't say it. I'm going to say something I probably shouldn't say. Anyway, I am very willing to let the American public judge my physical and mental as well as my mental fitness.
Oh my gosh!
God,
as he's telling us, he's willing to allow us, like he has a choice, to judge his physical and mental fitness. He can't even get through that sentence.
Can't get through it. And the scary.
Oh man!
Perhaps the scarier part of that is immediately before he says, "I'm willing to have everyone judge my physical and mental fitness." He looks down at a piece of paper. He's seemingly reading. Oh,
I bet he was. Yeah.
The idea that he wants people to judge his mental fitness. Wow. He's reading it off of a paper because he can't remember what he's supposed to say.
And if you remember correctly, he mentions the elephant and the lion because that was part of the cognitive test that Trump talked about. It wasn't an elephant and a lion. It was a rhino and a lion. So we got that part wrong too.
And he says, he says a few words out of order there, where he says, instead of I'm so looking forward to meeting Trump in a debate, he says I'm so forward looking to meeting Trump at a debate.
So he shows us many instances, many reasons why people are asking about its cognitive abilities.
Yeah, and he seems to laugh at a very strange moment where nothing happens. He's at the very least. Let's look at the very best read on this for a second. Mm-hmm. He's trying too hard. He can't read the room. Right, this guy is a serious interviewer who's trying to interview him and ask serious questions. He's laughing on top of him. He's acting like it's a joke. Now, again, I know it's virtual, but he has no sense of what he's supposed to be doing in that moment. You could theoretically look at the end of that. One of the excuses they've given for Biden over these years is that, remember this whole thing where they said he had a stutter when he was a kid, and then he got it to go away, and now it's coming back, which scientists kind of say isn't really how that works. Doctors have said that afterward. But that was a big excuse. Apparently, he did have a serious problem. The last part of it, to me, you could look at and say he's having a stuttering issue with it. You could see him trying to struggle his way through fitness, and he keeps saying Phil. He just keeps going the wrong way with it. He's going to the L instead of the T. Mm-hmm. And you can kind of see him kind of just like push it through, push the word fitness through. In a way, you could maybe give him a break on that one small part of it. But you look at the whole thing as a whole, there's no way to explain it. There's no way to explain it. He is all over the board. He's legitimately expressing the wrong emotions at the wrong times. It's as if he's laughing through the funeral and he's crying through a comedy show. It is a weird moment.
It is weird stuff.
Packed with strangeness.
And the terrifying part of it is that he could be president of the United States. But for how long is the question in my mind?